Today I'm going to be talking about the Big Lebowski. I loved this movie. Okay, the first time I saw it, I did not love it that much. I thought, this is okay, but what's the point of it all? I didn't understand it.
What's the point, man?
When I researched a little bit more, I realized a couple things that I didn't realize the first time. This movie is riddled with symbolism and themes. But the main theme that I wanted to talk about is masculinity versus femininity. Basically, this movie is just the spin on a classic noir film, where usually it's the very masculine guy taking care of the damsel in distress, but in this movie they kind of flip those things, and we have these dominant women who are just pushing these guys around.
Wonderful woman. We're all very fond of her, very free-spirited.
Bran can't watch, though, or he has to pay 100.
That's marvelous.
They're all very weak in their own way. Starting off with the dude.
I'm the dude.
The dude is a very lazy guy. He kind of just floats through life, never any problems. And then we have his friend Walter, who is the most aggressive guy you've ever seen.
Look, dude, this is your partner.
Has the whole world gone crazy?
He is living in the past. He takes care of his wife's dog. Next we have Donnie. He is this weak little guy who's constantly getting screamed at by Walter.
Forget it, Donnie, you're out of your element.
And then we have Mr. Lebowski, the guy who is confused with the dude. He pretends to have more than he does, and he's also extremely aggressive.
Your wife owes
My
money.
wife is not the issue here.
And then we have the Kunkel. Kunkel. It literally sounds like cuckold. I think there's enough said there. Now let's get into the women of the movie, the real dominant ones. First of all, we have Maude. She is what I would argue is the Big Lebowski. She is the Big Lebowski over the dude or Mr. Lebowski. She is Mr. Lebowski's daughter. She is a feminist who does vaginal art and uses the dude to have a kid by herself.
Yes. My art has been commended as being strongly vaginal, which bothers some men. The word itself makes some men uncomfortable. Vagina.
Then we have Bunny. It's the porn star who gets rich off her husband, Mr. Lebowski. Is that she just pretended to be kidnapped so she could go hang out with her friends. Also in this movie, it's mentioned many times, or it's brought up or symbolized, of what it means to be a man.
What makes a man, Mr. Lebowski?
There's a lot of mention of cutting someone's Johnson off.
And tomorrow we come back and we cut off your Johnson.
Excuse me?
I said we cut off your Johnson!
Almost too much, which I guess could just be foreshadowing to Donnie's death, because it does say Johnson on the back of his shirt. So technically, cut his Johnson off, but that's a whole other thing. And it has lots of symbolism. You could talk about any theme from this movie. 10 minutes. It's hidden, but it's definitely there. And I thought the take on masculinity versus femininity was the most interesting one.